right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai by Hashem HaKadosh.
Give honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone and citations to the elect. We are the brothers from Great Millstone, Miami. I'm the brother Lawyer and with me.
Jeremiah.
And topic of this lesson today will be that the Lord will lift up a standard. Okay, something that me and this brother we spoke about a while back. We wanted to do a lesson on it about how the Lord is going to defend us in these times. Okay, we understand that the enemy is coming in like a flood. Esau has his narrative set against us, and that's all good and dandy because it's in the scriptures, and we ain't sweating it. All right. But what we supposed to know is that the Lord is going to defend us in those times. Okay, all right. The spiritual demon Satan, of course, wants us to have the spirit of fear and all of those things, man. But the Lord said that He's going to defend us. He's going to take care of us. Okay, all right. Our enemies are going to come with great force, great wrath, but the Lord is going to lift up a standard and cause them to flee. Okay, all right, and put them to flight. All right. And for us, He may very well cause us to, manifest spiritual power to drive our enemies away.
Right.
Okay, so, hey, with all of that being said, Lord willing, this video is edifying. We want to just hop right into the scriptures and bring it out.
This is Isaiah 59, verse 19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord, Yahweh from the west, and His glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them. You got it.
That's right. Okay, so, right, the Lord, it says in the scriptures, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, which we are in the western hemisphere, and His glory from the rising of the sun, which that's the eastern hemisphere. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Okay, all right. So when Esau makes his move, all right, to come in like a flood, like a great army, man, the Lord's going to lift up a standard and cause him to flee and escape. Okay, which when you go to the word standard in the Hebrew, all right, it's strong H5127, which is nawas, which means to flee, to escape. Okay, to take flight, to depart, to disappear, to fly to the attack on horseback. Okay, to drive at. So basically, the Most High is either going to cause Esau to flee when he comes against us, or He gonna make a way for us to escape. All right, whether that means that brother teleport, or the Lord send an angel, or the Most High make it to where the brother's indetectable. Okay, or invisible or something like that. That's all a possibility. Okay.
Psalms 35, verse 1. Please plead my cause, O Yahweh, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler, and stand up for mine help. Draw out also the spear, and stop the way against them that persecute me. Say unto my soul, I am thy salvation. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. There's certain people out there that's trying to hurt us. That's imagining wicked things and wicked devices against us because they hate us.
Right. Esau hates us, man, and he's really serious about his New World Order, man. He's really offended by this word, man. So expect him to come up against us with real force,
Right, it says fight against them that fight against me, which is these heathen nations, mainly Esau. That's why we pray to the Most High to help us in these times. Verse 5. Let them be as chaff before the wind. Let the angel of the Lord chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery. And let the angel of the Lord persecute them. And that's beautiful. Hey, there's angels encamping around those that fear Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's right.
So in those days, when the enemy do come in like a flood, a certain man going to be protected.
That's right. That's right. This is Psalm 27 and 1. It says, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Of whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise up against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Okay, so David was confident, man, that he sought the Lord. Okay, that he made the Lord his desire, his delight. Okay, and that because of that, the Most High would be his light and his salvation, even if his enemies came upon him and round about him, in the thousands. Okay, he said he would not be afraid. Okay, though an host should encamp about me.
What psalm is that?
That's Psalm 27. Okay, and he was confident that the Lord was going to deliver him in the time of trouble. Okay, and that's the confidence that we have, man. We sought the Lord. Okay, one thing have we desired of the Lord, that we may seek after him and dwell in his house all the days of our life, to behold his beauty and to inquire in his temple. Okay, so we're supposed to have the confidence that the Most High is going to lift up that standard, and he's going to deliver us from the hand of our enemies. Okay, what you got?
It's Psalms 144, verse 1. Blessed be Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, my strength, which teacheth my hands to war and my fingers to fight. Because Yahweh is a man of war. So he teacheth our hands to war. He help us in time of need. He's going to put the spirit upon us to fight against our enemies.
Right.
That goes with Jeremiah 51 with battle axe.
Right, Con. And it goes into what Samson, which we like to bring that example out a lot. Okay, how the spirit of the Lord came upon Samson, and he was delivered from his enemies. Man, he put his enemies down. Okay, all right, and the same thing with David, King David, and many other men of the Lord as well. I want to go to Psalm 37, I believe that is. No, not Psalm 37. Psalm 32. This is the Psalm, the 32nd chapter. Verse 5, it says, I acknowledge my sin unto thee, and mine iniquity have I not hid. I said, I will confess my transgressions unto the Lord, and thou forgavest the iniquity of my sin. Okay, and it says what? For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in the time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place, thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance, Selah. So again, in this psalm, David is praying, to the Heavenly Father, and he's, singing, about how he asked the Lord for forgiveness for his sins, for mercy. Okay, and he said that the Lord forgave him his iniquities, and that for this mercy, forgiveness, shall all those that are godly pray in the time wherein thou mayest be found, which is that's that grace period. Okay, surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Okay, all right, so when you pray for mercy, all right, and you seek the Lord when he may be found, man, he shall abundantly pardon and deliver you from trouble. That's what the scriptures say. All right, he's going to hide us in the time of trouble. All right, the floods of the great waters, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, they shall not come nigh unto him.
That word standard goes into being hidden.
Right.
As well.
Con, that's right. What you got, bro?
It's Jeremiah 51, verse 20. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. And with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. Got it?
That's right, man. So the Lord's going to use, his men, the remnant of Jacob, to put judgment on these heathen nations, man. Okay, upon all these different nations, captains and rulers, even fucking high top-ranking officials and people like that, man. Okay, the Most High gonna lift us up from this lower state, man. We ain't gonna be on the same, mortal level that we on now, man. The Most High's gonna make us immortal and powerful beings, man. Okay, and we're gonna execute judgment upon the earth, man. It's gonna be something heavy, something power like the world has ever seen. Okay, stuff that people think about just in the movies type stuff. The but it's gonna be real. Okay.
Okay.
All right. This is Isaiah 17, verse 12. It says, "Woe to the multitude of many people, which make a noise like the noise of the seas, and to the rushing of the nations that make a rushing like the rushing of mighty waters." Okay? The nations shall rush like the rushing of mighty waters, but God shall rebuke them, and they shall flee far off, and shall be chased as the chaff of the mountains before the wind, and like a rolling thing before the whirlwind, man. Okay, so that's going into all the enemies that comes up against Jerusalem, man. The Most High gonna cause them to flee 7 ways, man. All right, they're gonna come in like the rushing of many waters, like that great flood. All right, but the Most High said that He's gonna cause them to flee away. Okay, flee far off, actually. Okay, when He rebukes them. All right, he gonna basically they're gonna run up to get blown back. Okay. Um, and it says like the rolling thing before the whirlwind, so it's gonna be they're gonna be like tumbleweed. They're gonna come one way just to be blown away like tumbleweed, you know. And behold, at evening tide trouble, and before the morning he is not.
Mhm.
This is the portion of them that spoil us, and the lot of them that rob us, which that's all the other nations, man. Okay, because it's not just gonna be Esau. You're gonna have these different troops over here, possibly from China, from the Middle East, from Russia. All right, this shit about to get wild out here, man. We need protection from on high. Okay, which this is not the first time that the Lord has lifted up a standard for us. All right, you got Egypt. All right, with Pharaoh. Okay, you had the time with the Assyrian kings that came up against Jerusalem. Most High would lift up a standard and deliver us by sending His angels. Okay, you had the time of the judges. The Most High lifted up a standard many times.
Joshua.
You know, Joshua. So, you know, hey, we here, man. You know, Lord willing, this is the year, man. This is may very well be the year where we meet Yahushua. You know, where the Lord comes back and delivers us from this hellhole.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee 7 ways.
God. Okay, which that's a good precept to go with that Isaiah 17 from earlier, man. Okay, they gonna come out one way and have to flee 7 ways, man, because they're gonna be afraid. The Most High used to do that for us, man. Most High would have our enemies come up against us, then He would send His chariots to back us up in battle. Then our enemies would run away, you know, have to scatter and stuff, you know. You can read that in Joshua. You can read that in the Book of Judges, you know, and you know all throughout the Old Testament how the Most High used to give us help like that, man. Okay, and that's one of the curses, which, well, actually, no, that's one of the blessings that the Most High put on Israel in Deuteronomy 28. Okay, all right, and hey, Lord told us that when we return unto Him, He gonna bless us with all those blessings again, man. Okay, the curse is coming upon our enemies. Now it's time for them to be afraid and flee away and all of that, you know.
Right.
This is Psalm 35 and 6, or Salaki verse 1. It says, "Plead my cause, O Lord, with them that strive with me. Fight against them that fight against me."
I brought it out.
Oh, you brought that out already? Okay, Salaki. That is a good precept. That is a good precept. The water.
Wadi Habashim Yahshua. This is John chapter 14. John 14, verse 12. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. This is Yahushua speaking in red letters. So we're going to do greater works than Yahushua.
What did Yahushua do? Name some things.
He did perform miracles. He walked on water. He fed thousands of people. He raised the dead. And we're going to do that and greater through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua.
That's right.
And that's what we're thinking upon. That's what we're meditating on, man.
That's right, man. Okay, now we're in the times of cultivating faith. Okay, full assurance of faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. Okay, we're getting ready to see some things, man, that we ain't never seen before. It's Jeremiah 16 and 16. "Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord, and they shall fish them," which the Most High sent us out to be fishers of men. All right. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill, and out of the holes of the rocks. Okay. So again, man, the Most High at a point he had us as fishers. He had us as sheep amongst wolves, man. Okay, but like it says in Second Corinthians, I believe chapter 10, okay, how the Lord said, being ready to revenge all disobedience when your obedience is fulfilled, man. Okay, so it's gonna get to a point where the Most High is gonna turn the Spirit up on His men, man. Okay, and
Right.
He's gonna use us as instruments to execute judgment and vengeance upon the heathen, man, and upon our own people. You know, hey, and you can best believe, man, when the elect come off the chariots, man, it's gonna be straight hunting season, man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the elect men, okay, all the Israelites that ain't making on the chariots, it's done for you. Okay, heathens getting put to death, and Edomites getting chained up. All right, and heathens getting chained up.
Yep. It's
Hmm.
I got a scripture for you. Zechariah chapter 12, verse 7.
Hmm.
Yahweh also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. And that day shall Yahweh defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. He that is feeble among them, at that day shall be as David, and the house of David shall be as God, as the angel of Yahweh before them. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come up against Jerusalem.
Right. So the Most High gonna use His men, okay, even the feeble amongst them, and raise them up to be strong like David, man, and like a mighty angel of the Lord as God, okay, before the Lord, man. And David was kicking ass and taking names, man. David said, "I have run through a troop, man."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So David on the battlefield, he was a mighty warrior, man. So the Most High gonna make even the most feeble of the elect, okay, the most small weak member of the body, so to speak, and make them into a great mighty warrior, man, a great mighty fighter for Yahweh Shem Shai, man. Okay, all right, we almost,
Yeah.
yeah, con. So, hey, Lord willing, this video is edifying. We want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Kakodash.
Double honors to the elder apostle, the great millstone, and citations to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.